Hello, my name is Russell Singer with the Avaya Serviceability Engineering team. This video will demonstrate how to open the Windows 2008 Server Firewall to allow incoming connections to the iView Management Suite. Let's say for a moment that you've successfully installed the Radvision iView suite into your Windows 2008 Release 2 server. And from your Windows 2008 server, you can access the iView Management Suite. However, when you try to access the iView Management Suite from some external computer on your network, this might be the response that you receive from the server. You verify the port that you're using, the IP address. You can also ping the IP address. However, for some reason, you cannot connect externally to the iView Management Suite through your web browser. Again, you go back to your Windows 2008 server, and here I'm using a remote desktop to access mine. And I do verify that from the local host IP address, I can connect through the browser to the iView Management Suite. And this is because the Windows 2008 Release 2 Firewall by default blocks incoming connections to the port 8080, which is the HTTP port that the iView suite is listening on. So while it does work from the local host, as you see here in the virtual or in the remote desktop, it does not work from external PCs out on your network. To resolve this, you'll want to go to the control panel in your Windows 2008 server, which is running your iView suite. And you'll want to select the System and Security option from the control panel. And then you'll see an option there that says Windows Firewall. So you'll want to select that. From the Windows Firewall screen here, you'll want to select the option on the left that says Advanced Settings. This pops up the Advanced Configuration window for the Windows Firewall. You'll see there are two categories listed on the left-hand side of the screen, one for inbound rules and the other for outbound rules. Now in the case of the port 8080 being blocked for the iView suite, that means we need to create an inbound rule for the firewall to allow connections to port 8080. So we'll select inbound rules, and then from the actions menu on the right side of the screen, we'll choose the option that says new rule. Now to create a new rule, you have several options here. I'm going to focus on just simply enabling port 8080 for incoming connections. So what we'll do is we'll choose the port option from this first screen. And then on the next screen, we'll leave the default as TCP. That is a TCP port that we're trying to open. And we'll choose a specific local port of 8080. Once we do that and click Next, we're given the option to allow the connection if it is secure, or block the connection. So in our case, we want to go ahead and allow the connection whether or not it is a secure connection. And then the last screen here allows you to choose which networks you want to apply this rule to. So you could choose to have it only enabled for other devices on your network, on your domain, or for everyone in the public network as well. I'll go ahead and leave this set to all three. Typically, if this were a server that was accessible from outside of your network, you would likely only want to choose options 1 and 2, which are the domain and private options. And then lastly, we'll give it a name to help us identify this. We'll just call it iView Inbound HTTP 8080. And then we'll click the Finish button. Now, as soon as we do that, there's no need to restart the firewall. The rule is applied to the active firewall, and immediately connections to that port are allowed. So we should be able to go back to our browser now and reload the same URL that we were trying to connect to before. And assuming we get this iView Communications Manager page, then we have successfully enabled port 8080 inbound to the Windows server and the iView Management Suite. Thank you for your time today. We welcome your comments, questions, and feedback at mentor@avaya.com or on Twitter @AvayaMentor. For more details or related information, please visit support.avaya.com. Thank you for choosing Avaya.